Recording on the desk. Recording on the laptop. You are good to go, just to sync them up. Is that the dog?
Yeah.
Syncing up by the dog sounds. And the clap. Have fun. Where do we go?
Yeah. All right, you ready? Mm-hmm. Here we go, folks. Good luck. Break a leg. This might make the outtakes. That's actually Clym.
Get it right.
Not Clym, the dog. That's Tom's dog.
Getting Hench's name. Right, wrong.
Clym, not Clym.
All right.
Dungeons and Dragons and Dramas. A rambunctious, ferocious, naughty, sweary amdram for grown-ups. See episode show notes for content warnings.
Salutations, good listener. Welcome to Dungeons and Dragons and Dramas, or as we know it, D3. Let us once again pull back the curtain, so to speak, on this dramatic dramatization that is about to unfold in front of your very ears. Welcome back, everybody. Episode 3. I know, you all came back. You made it. I think I should be honest, though. The invitations for champagne and caviar and hors d'oeuvres is a lie. There is none. The pastries you have...
I am out! My agent will hear about this.
I know. Actually, your agents were in on the whole thing.
Of course they were.
Welcome back into episode 3. Pause. I don't have a name for this. It needs to be a theatrical themed thing. We had Break a Leg, on with the show.
Enter stage left.
Thank you. Oh, yeah. Enter stage left, chased by Owlbear.
Chased by Owlbear, yes.
There we go. Enter stage left. Okay, I'm going to do that now. Welcome into episode 3, Enter stage left, parentheses, chased by owlbear. There are no owlbears were harmed in the making of this podcast. My name is Newbon. I am an actor, director, and also, most importantly, for today's episode, I am their drama master.
Ooh, nice.
You sound so enthusiastic.
Drama master?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Isn't that what I said last time?
You just invented that.
Yeah. I said that last time. I'm their drama master.
He ain't no dungeon master.
I'm a drama master.
Drama master.
Befits my training. Thank you very much indeed. So I'm their drama master or DM. With me are our 4 amazing players. We also have Bags, our audio engineer, in the background. Hi, Bags.
Hello.
That's Bags. He doesn't get to talk much. But we're going to start by going around the room, introducing ourselves, who we're playing, and maybe a little bit about our characters. Why not? To my left, we have...
Hello, I'm Tom.
Hi, Tom.
Hello. I am Tom. And I'm playing a character called Thomas T. Tompton.
I hate your name with a vengeance.
I love it's easy to remember for me because my name is Tom and my character's name has got lots of Toms in it.
It's weirdly confusing because of that reason, I feel.
I love it. I love it. I did it to confuse you.
Thank you.
I am playing a writer-director of an amazing play, which is Champions of the Ring of Peace. The second of is very important.
Yes.
And I recently got thrown through a portal by a weird cult and woke up on a beach in a weird fantasy land, and now I am a sort of dragon.
You're basically a kaiju, like a mini kaiju.
A mini kaiju man. Mini kaiju man.
Let's go. Why don't we find out a bit more about your character? We're introducing a new element to the episode. It's now called Another Thing from My CV. So can you tell us a little bit about your character as if we were reading off from his weird warped CV?
So Thomas T. Tompton's... See, that's why I chose the name.
It's very funny.
Every time. Thomas T. Tompton's biggest brush, big aspiring Hollywood director.
Yeah.
And his biggest brush with that so far is that he claims that he wrote an episode of EastEnders, but he actually was just a background artiste or basically an extra on EastEnders playing a market vendor.
So the improvised dialogue that he offered up in the background noise, which was heavily disguised by other people's
and his
actual
one line that he very proudly did, but did get cut was, "Onions, get your onions."
So he was a featured artist.
Well, no, it got cut. So he was an unfeatured artist.
All right, fair enough. Thank you very much for that little tidbit. Next up to your left, we have...
Clym, and I am playing the character of Hench. And Hench is the much maligned technician of this wonderful theatrical piece.
Yep.
And he's fallen through this portal and become a rather small gnome. And he's having some issues with that because he used to be a very tall person and now he's very, 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 very short.
I can see how that could be a problem for you. So tell us about his illustrator. Anything from his CV that we want to know about the character?
Yes, I do. For the past 15 years, he's worn nothing else other than combats, even to his father's third wedding.
What? He's worn nothing but combats.
Nothing but combats. Wow. Just combats.
Combats about bare-chested.
Good to know.
Stringy bare chest, nothing but combats. Amazing. I feel that raises more questions than answers, but we have to move on. That's very cool. So 15 years, nothing but combats. Great. Going around the table, we also now have...
I'm Inel, and I play actor extraordinaire Nathan Kaiba, who is let's just say he is one of the country's most renowned actors.
He's an institution, kind of.
Yes, kind of. Sort of. Maybe.
Okay, thank you very much. Do we have anything from his CV that we'd like to know about?
Oh, yeah.
Kaiba?
Oh, listen. Nathan Kaiba has 152 IMDb credits.
Really?
80% of those credits are uncredited, and he added them himself.
But they were real projects. They're real projects. He's got a story.
He was in them.
Everyone's got a story. Great.
Yeah, he was in them.
Thank you very much, Inel. Moving around, lastly but never leastly.
It's me, Dev.
Hi, Dev.
Playing Mags Thatcher.
That's never not funny.
No relation. No relation. The young, aspiring actress and huge fan of Mr. Kaiba. Very happy to hear it's not actually capybara. And have also been transported into this fantasy land. I'm now an elf, complete with elf ears and cloak and, rather more well-equipped than everyone else at the moment.
Yeah, you've got like a funny sword thing, which we'll get into later.
Mysterious sexy sword, I think it was actually called, Neil, so please.
No, I regret that.
Please.
Okay, so tell me one thing from Mags Thatcher's CV that we don't know about.
Well, something from my CV that you don't know about, and none of the other characters do yet, is that I'm actually a Nepo baby.
Are you a Nepo baby?
I'm a Nepo baby.
Oh, that's interesting.
But I don't want to share that with anyone because I want to, get work on my own,
That's
my own back.
Off your own back in town.
Let's see how long that lasts.
We'll see how long.
Cool.
Yeah.
Welcome into the new episode. We start back in the past, back in Little Shitlington at the Understudy Theatre, day one of rehearsals.
Let your arrows fly, Sarelia. We must teach this infernal blob a lesson if we are to save my ring of peace.
Hang on. Nathan, can I just stop you there? Fly. Really, really think about those arrows flying. Really think about how they are flying through, they cut through the air.
Yes.
Emphasize on that fly, okay? Off you go again. Go once more.
Let your arrows fly, Sarelia. We must teach this infernal blob a lesson if we are to save my ring of peace.
I don't think my arrows are doing much to it, Lord Brightgold. They just sort of go into it and sit there.
Ah, curses, my pointy-eared friend.
Okay, we talked about that, racist.
Silence! Watch as I plunder the beast with my burning blade of justice. Ooh. Oh, dear. I seem to be stuck. My blade of justice is stuck in the cube.
And it's melting.
Quickly, my trusty elfie lass. Hold on. Elfie lass?
Well, I mean, we've got to, I like to remind people, I think it's really important in
Elfie
writing.
Lass does not sound like anything Lord Brightgold would say.
Well,
I mean, how do you feel about being known as an Elfie Lass?
Oh, well, I'm sure whatever Mr. Thompson has written is absolutely brilliant. I'm just...
Mags, firstly, it's Tompton. Mags, I don't like to quibble, but it is Tompton.
I'm so sorry, Mr. Thompson. Won't happen again.
I just want to say, I spent...
Are you giving notes on how to pronounce your name?
I spent 3 years writing this in a Cafe Nero, okay? and that was a lot of, let me tell you, that was a lot of Stroop waffles.
Just that question, just breaking into the scene. Which Cafe Nero in particular was this? Not that we have sponsorship with Cafe Nero or anything like that.
But we should.
It was a particularly grotty one in Camden. I don't like to talk about it. I was working there as well at the same time. But... Elfie Lass, what I like to do, the point is, it's important that we remind people at all times that
at that point, a massive explosion rips across the front of the lighting.
Don't panic. It's fine. I've got this. It's just blown. I'm on it. Don't worry.
More fuses blow.
Bench, mate. It is bench, isn't it? Is it bench?
It's hench.
Another thing blows up from the station with the light.
If you are going to have a name that rhymes easily with bench, which I like to sit on, but listen, we've got a week, mate. We've got a week, and stuff is blowing up. Okay, can we just? We don't need distractions. Okay?
At that point, the doors to the back of the theatre open up, and in steps in Harvey Menterosso, the theatre productions producer. All right, everybody, heard a bit of a crash. How's it all going? Day one, very exciting. How are you doing? Lovely winks at winks at Mags. Goes to anything. Mr. Khyber, pleasure to have you here. We haven't met. I'm Harvey Menterosso, the producer of this fine piece of work, and I hope your accommodation is satisfactory to all of you.
Yes, well, I will say I am quite satisfied with the bed and breakfast you put me up in across the road, but I will have to say that the actual quality of the breakfast isn't quite up to my standards. As you can see, actually, my contract that you might have seen with my agents and left of you done and dusted, they would have let you know that I have to stay in 5-star accommodations minimum with breakfast provided that should last me the whole day.
Yeah, in fact, if you do read the contract, I have read the contract, I signed off on it, and as you'll find, in comparison, that is a 5-star B&B that you're staying at, compared to the other hotels situated in the village.
Little Shitlington.
Indeed, in Little Shitlington. Anyway, nice to see you, Mr. Khyber. Glad you're doing well.
Megs, can you move a little? I've got to put out the lighting box. I'm sorry.
Oh, the question is, why is it on fire?
I'm sorting it. Who wired this place up?
I think you did. Your character literally is a technician of the theatre.
You.
Harvey just goes, well, as long as it's teething problems, that's all right, we can carry on. Mags, excellent work. Lovely to have you on board. Thank you very much. Very excited.
Oh, thank you,
Turns
Mr.
immediately
Montessori.
as you talk to him, he immediately turns away. Thomas, we need to have a little chat about the script. I feel there's some elements missing. Maybe we should give everybody a bit of a break and take 5 and you and I can go and discuss
I know you've been trying to get some changes in, and I know you've got thoughts. As I was just saying to the actors, to the talent, I worked on this for 3 years in a Cafe Nero, and can we just get back to the scene? I just want to spend a bit more time at the scene. I need to get a bit more enunciation.
The lights go down.
Oh, no.
I'm on it. Okay, I'm on it. It's all right.
Tench.
All right. I think you just need to sort this out between you. Maybe just do a dry rehearsal without the tech. You guys carry on. It sounds fantastic. I've got to go and sort something out in the box office. But good show. Well done, everybody. Good day, first rehearsal. Good stuff. He just fucks off. Basically, he walks out the theatre, leaving them all alone. So at the moment, the tech deck is blowing up. The lights are popping. There's a small fire that Hench is currently trying to battle with his fire extinguisher. The 3 of you are now just standing on the stage together. Pretty much, it's dim lights. You can still see around you, but because it's the afternoon and it is kind of autumn time. So it's getting a little bit darker, but there's still some light to work. What do you want to do?
Back to the scene, everyone. Let's just ignore the fires, please. So back to the scene. Elfie Lass. Elfie Lass, I believe, is where we left it.
I think it is a wonderful way to describe my character, Sir, Mr. Thompson.
Thanks, Mag. See,
Yes.
it's succinct. It's succinct. It's succinct.
Your writing is just a work of art, and I just feel so honoured to be here and to be able to speak these words, Mr. Thompson.
It's really nice to meet someone who just really understands what I've been through. Right.
Should we go from my line, Mr. Thompson?
Yes,
it's
please.
melting.
I
Okay.
believe it was, and it's melting.
And it's melting, of course, sir.
yes.
Of course. Of course. What would you, sorry, I have obviously read Mr. Khyber's book, but what would you say is my action on this line? Would you say, I was thinking a slashing action.
Well, what actually is happening at this moment is you're watching Nathan. He's got his arm stuck in a gelatinous cube, which I want you to imagine is a great big...
You see, this is where I'm just not really getting it. Why am I slashing a gelatinous cube in order to save my ring of peace? It doesn't make any sense.
Because you're burning...
You can tell you wrote this in a Cafe Nero.
You're about to get hit by a blonde if you don't move. Well, quick, out of the way!
Listen. You've got a burning blade of justice. Okay?
Right.
That could burn anything. It can burn
Exactly.
anything.
So why am I having difficulty?
Just stick it in the cube, for
It
goodness
is in the
sakes.
cube. That's why it's stuck.
Well, now we're going to work on getting you out. If we could go back to the script, please.
And it's melting.
Quickly, my trusty elfie lass. Use your finely honed forest instincts to quell the beast.
What?
You know, just talk to it.
See, I was building to this. We were building to this. Talking to the gelatinous cube. This is-
Yes, and
this
it
is
would
good
help
stuff.
if you would stop interrupting.
Okay, all right.
It's not. Do you know how hard it is for us actors to come in and out of role constantly? Just suddenly, more notes, more notes, more notes. I'm trying to embody Lord Brightgold.
You're a character actor, damn it.
That's right.
I mean, it's okay. Please be Lord Brightgold and not Lord Dalton,
Thank
which
you.
is what I'm getting at.
Now
the
be
moment.
quiet. Right.
The scene continues, and at the end of which the lights completely fail. You're now plunged into darkness.
Son of a...
And I'm pretty sure that the rehearsal is now over. All of you look at each other, sort of blinking in the darkness at one another. At some point, Hench comes forward and tells you that he needs a few minutes to deal with the tech issues.
Guys, look, I'm sorry, but this is 1930s wiring. I'm doing my best here, but everything is on fire.
Something else explodes. At that point, you will decide it's probably a good idea to take a break.
Yes, I think it's definitely a good idea for me to return back to my abode.
Mr. Khyber, could we take a few minutes to go through the script? And I would love some more pointers about just breaking down the scene and just really building the relationship between Seralia and Lord Brightgold.
Yes, I think we'd really have to break down this scene because it hasn't really exactly been built up, has it? The quality of the writing is just all over the place.
You absolutely hear that.
Look, listen, this has been optioned for Hollywood. Do you understand? What I'm trying to carry is through here. We get this right.
Guys, can you both make a stealth test, please?
We get this right. And this film is going to Hollywood, okay?
1 second, Tom. Hold that thought.
It's an 11.
11, got any bonuses?
On
with
a
it?
D20, let's see.
Sugar. Let me get out my...
19.
Okay, 19.
Hey, come on.
Hold on.
I tell you what, with a 19, he's going to be able to help you anyway.
Okay,
What's
all
your
right.
bonus for that? You got like a 7 bonus or something stupid like that, right? So with a very high roll, Nathaniel Khyber puts his arm, mentor-like, around your shoulder and escorts you away towards the exit as Thomas T. Thompson is still sort of monologuing about how he spent his entire life and poured his heart and soul for 3 years at Cafe Nero into this opus.
And it's going into Hollywood. It's definitely going to Hollywood. It's definitely going to be a big feature film.
And you say that...
How long has it been optioned for?
As you say, it's definitely going to Hollywood.
many years.
You just turn around and realize that nobody is there. They've just all you see is a swinging door of the exit smacking back into its frame.
Oh, okay. Rehearsals. Back at 9 tomorrow, everybody. I am going to go to, is there a Cafe Nero here in Little Shiplington? I'm going to go somewhere and start working on the sequel, because there's definitely going to be one.
It's one of the saddest things I've ever heard. It's just like the director trying to get everybody to call back in, there's nobody there. All right, cool. At which point, the image in front of us dissolves, and we find ourselves back in the world of Faerun. The camp, if you can call it a makeshift camp, I suppose, is actually the mouth of a cave. Darkness has descended. It's got a little chillier. It is kind of like autumn-like weather. Even though the day was quite bright, the evenings are rather cold. There's a light wind that kicks up and a small drizzle that's dripping off the front of the cave. All four of you are sat inside in various areas. None of you are together. All of you are quite silent. In the middle of this cave, I'm actually going to show you, I actually made yet another beautiful work of art.
Yes, please. Yes, please.
A Neil Newbon original.
It's
My
again
goodness.
another Neil Newbon original. Thank you for that, Tom.
Frame it and
Here's
sell
the
it.
cave mouth, so you can see in front of you.
Yeah, put it down.
I
So-
wish is everyone going to be able to get to see
it's
this?
behind the Patreon paywall, obviously.
Awesome.
So this is the cave entrance.
Thank you for your support.
Excuse me. This is the cave entrance. You can see the D. There's Dev is at the front on the right hand side. Opposite her is going to be Clym, who's actually by a bundle of sticks you found in the back of the cave that he's desperately trying to make into some kind of fire, and is just whacking stones against each other trying to do that.
Damn it!
Tom, your character is further away into the cave and more enshadowed, and Inel, you're sort of staring at Tom's character. None of you are speaking, none of you are saying anything. You're all lost in your own thoughts.
Quick question, what is the mad scribble at the back of the cave?
A bunch of rocks.
Oh, I can see it now.
Yes.
Okay, all right, okay.
From this work of art, it looks like we're being
scales
sucked
are
into the
falling
rocks.
from my
It does look like you're being sucked into
Yeah.
rocks, and maybe in a kind of like, dramatic sort of esoteric kind of way, maybe that's where your
Maybe we
morale
are.
is. Maybe you are. Maybe you're being. Maybe we're all being sucked into the rocks.
Wow.
Now.
Wow.
It's a metaphor. It's now a metaphor. All of you are lost alone in your own thoughts. Some of you who have physically changed rather extremely are still gazing at your new body, still feeling out this new weird sensation of scales, not skin, or your height is so diminutive now that everything looks in a very different way, huge and gigantic and slightly terrifying in some aspects. Dev, you're sort of feeling out your new body, which is lithe and nimble and so much stronger than you remember it to be. Your ears magnificent and glorious, and you catch yourself in a little puddle as you sort of sat down near a little rock pool next to you, and you catch it's still your face, but it's enhanced. You look amazing.
I'm also imagining that possibly she's grown by maybe a...
You definitely feel taller. Like you've done a lot of yoga.
Hold on. Is she taller than Nathan Kaiba?
Well, you don't know.
Yes.
You haven't done a back-to-back yet. But deep in your thoughts, as Nathan Kaiba is staring at your new form with your new massive mushroom hat, which you put the feather back into, by the way.
The droopy feather.
The droopy feather.
Yeah.
You sort of look around and think to yourself, she's taller than I am. Lost in your own thoughts, your attention goes back, of course, no matter how you feel, back to home and how you ended up here and why have some of you at least, changed into these strange new forms. How do you get back? And where is this place? What are you going to do, folks?
I just want to add a couple of additions to my character description as a big dragon.
Yeah, you do.
Firstly, something that I should make clear that I was in a tuxedo for the,
You were in a tuxedo?
for the premiere that I
didn't
rented.
know that. Okay.
Well, I rented it from a Moss Bros.
Was it a Moss Bros owned?
Yeah. But,
Got to
it is
return it
now-
on Monday.
Well, that's an element of jeopardy, isn't it?
That's what I'm actually thinking about. That I'm looking at it torn to shreds by A, falling through the portal, and B, the fact that I've hulked out into this. So it's in my tux. I'm basically in a shredded tuxedo,
Amazing.
and I'm looking at it thinking exactly that I'm going to have to return this on Monday, and I have no idea how we're even going to get back to Moss Bros.
And it was Saturday when the play happened, so you've got 48 hours to make your Moss Bros.
Yeah, well, and then a little side thought pops in that I kind of miss Cafe Nero as
Sure,
well.
yeah. We're going to look so stupid if we don't get sponsorship from Cafe Nero. You realise that?
Almost.
I mean, we might.
Almost
If we
Bros.
did, I can always dub over. Like,
Moss Bros, I reckon we can swing.
We're not little
suggesting-
dragon in a little bow tie.
After to hear about what we did to their suits.
We're not suggesting, we're just putting it out there.
The way you portrayed our suits was not as robust as they actually are, so we're denying your application for a
2 stars out of 10.
Cayman Island. Keep saying stuff I want.
I also idly look over at Hench, who is trying to get the
just bashing rocks together.
Yeah, like that. Oh look,
Damn
sound
it!
effects. And
Son of a...
can I burp a flame? But,
Yeah, you can burp a flame.
Because I discovered also that I breathe fire.
You do.
So you can light our fire for us.
Why have we been waiting
My
all
gosh.
this time?
Because I like to watch Hench work, okay?
I like the fact you're actually saying that out loud.
one thing on that.
Yeah.
Look, I'm sorry, but look, I have done an awful lot of scout work and things like that, but, I can't just wave my hand and make it light, and the fire lights.
Oh! I didn't even need to burp.
Oh, okay.
We got some magic.
She's standing there looking very, very surprised, looking at the fire and looking at his hand. What just happened?
So a little flame actually produces in the center of your palm and just literally leap like a little running person. Just jumps off your tips of your fingers and leaps into the pile of wood.
It's exceptionally Disney, sir.
It's very Disney. And it has a little, help me! Yeah. As it dives into the fire and realizes what it's done.
It's the cantrip prestidigitation.
Prestidigitation.
And it has to be as showy as possible, so you are absolutely correct.
Amazing. So tell me,
I love
is there
that.
any other information about prestidigitation, or is that basically it?
No,
So it has to be as showy as
prestidigitation can do a
possible.
The
lot
what
of
now?
things.
Pudja budja
I
budja.
mumbled my way through it because I don't understand
Can we
it. I was
please
hoping
give
nobody
You sold it
noticed.
nearly.
Please give it the gravitas it needs. Prestidigitation.
There we go. There's a lot of D's in that word.
Prestidigitation. How are you even saying that?
There's a lot of D's.
Say it quickly 3 times.
All right, cool.
This is the listing of everything that it can do.
Okay, good try.
That's fine. Okay, so do you all witness this, or are you sort of lost in your own thoughts?
I do, because I was about to burp on it, and now I've got to swallow that burp. And it burns.
And little smoke comes out your ears.
Yeah, exactly. Little smoke.
Dev?
I certainly see it. I'm cold and I am getting a little bit miserable because, quite frankly, everyone's a bit useless.
Cool.
So I see it and I'm like, oh, okay, because I've noticed I've had some powers. Acid.
Reflux?
No, what was it called? The acid.
A poison spray.
That's the one, poison spray.
Yeah.
So obviously, Hench seems to have them too. So good, good. I mean, look, no one's going to complain about a fire being made.
Sure.
Especially just at the flick of your fingers. So, yeah.
Fair enough.
Kind of impressed.
So you did something like that on the beach, didn't you? What did you do? Because this is weird. This is cool.
I don't know, Mr. Hench. I opened my mouth and poison came out. What was it?
Make a constitution check for the first person
Weirdly
to get your...
appropriate for an actor.
I want you to make a Clym, make a constitution check because she's the first person that's got your name right straight off the bat.
Okay.
Oh.
That is an 8.
So there's a failure, right?
That's a failure.
Okay, your face blushes redder than you've ever been, and you think that you have some interesting feelings right now. Nothing below the bell. Nothing below the bell.
Are you okay? You've gone awfully red.
There's the first woman who's talked to me in about 3 years.
You don't need to say that out loud.
I do.
But he does.
But he does. All right.
I see.
And
As I scuttle off back to my corner. Turns out everyone is actually really weird. And I'm stuck in a fantasy land with them with no way of getting back.
suddenly the gloss of having pointy ears is wearing off.
Yeah.
And lastly, Nathaniel, how's Nathan Kaiba dealing with this?
I feel like he's not invested. He hasn't noticed what's happened with Hench's character, mainly because he's so self-absorbed with what's going on. He's questioning his choices that he's made, mainly in terms of taking this play in Little Shittington.
But the money was good. The money was good.
The money was okay.
He's trying to call his agent, but his phone is
Do you
completely
still have your phone?
burnt out.
I don't.
You don't have your phone?
don't.
Yeah, you've been looking for your phone for some time. You realise you may have left it in the dressing room. And
How are you going to
Cultists.
How are you going to access IMDb now?
I need to adjust my credits.
He has the credits memorized. I don't think we need to worry about that.
Oh, yeah, exactly. He knows everything.
Or 154 of them.
52.
That was a true question. Okay, folks, what are you going to try and do? You have no food. You have a little bit of stale water, which is, quite frankly, probably years old in those water skins that you found. Your equipment is, let's face it, pretty bad and pretty
basic,
moth-eaten and basic, apart from a sword and a nice hat. And your hand axes, because you don't have double-handed weaponry, which is just so stupid.
We got there in the end.
So stupid, Tom.
I'm going to develop that. It's going to happen down the line.
Fair enough. What are you going to do? It is now getting late. It's getting cold. You definitely shouldn't be traveling at this point, you all feel.
So we didn't find any food on the pirate ship.
Nope. And if it would have been food, it would have been so moldy and gone. It would have been just gelatinous mass. You know? You have your stomachs are rumbling. You haven't eaten for some time.
I feel like Nathan would get really impatient because he has a set regime. Right. He likes to eat at the same time every day.
Okay.
As part of his actor, just keeping himself in shape.
Useful instrument, useful mind, useful body.
Yes,
stuff,
exactly.
Right? Okay.
As part of my drama school training, I actually was left out in a forest for 2 days.
Just left out in a tree.
This is what happens in drama school. It's actually legit.
It was
Hansel and Gretel, just like
character building.
based on a true story. But it was supposed to, for method, building up the method acting muscle.
Holy shit.
Completely left out there with barely any, the clothes on our backs and all that. So actually, Mags is quite used to a situation like this. So can I do a little check to see if there are any berries around or something, or any bark that I can sort of, use my survival skills?
Absolutely, yeah. You can make a survival check, sorry.
Sure.
We're going to be eating bark.
You're going to be eating bark.
I'm more surprised that she's like the Bear Grylls of the group.
Can I add to that?
Sorry, what's that?
Can I add to that?
Yeah, you can definitely help to that.
Cool.
So we're going to give you, you make your survival check first, and if you pass, she gets advantage.
Okay, cool.
Yep, so if you do a quick survival check.
Okay, so I've got +2 on
By the way,
wisdom for survival.
you're out in the forest. If you hear a helicopter, that's not in Faerun. That's just because we couldn't get rid of it. Okay.
I need to know how, I need to make a roll, and you need to know how difficult this is going to be. Okay, cool.
Okay, so roll a survival check.
Critical fail.
That's the one. Okay.
The fun continues.
Do I get to?
It's just every time he interacts with a woman.
Berries look nice.
So you go out to the forest, and Henge sort of sidles up to you out of fucking nowhere, which makes you jump a little bit. And he starts trying to help, but all he does is just mutter and mumble at you, and it's really distracting. So you're going to have survival check with disadvantage now. So roll 2 d20s and take the lowest option.
Can I take yours?
Yeah.
4 and a 6?
So we're taking the 4. It's fine. Do you have any bonus? Just out of curiosity, do you have a survival bonus?
I have +3.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's actually pretty cool. So you got 7. It still is not enough to find anything useful. In fact, actually, with the disadvantage, I'm going to say you find some berries, and you think they're blueberries until you squish them between your fingers, and out pops this yellow ichor, kind of like something it's pretty nasty and it smells pretty bad. It's almost like a durian fruit. It's not very nice.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's really bad. So you decide not to eat them in the end. But yes, you find pretty much nothing to eat apart from wood bark, which you think is probably a bad idea to eat. So yeah, you come back empty-handed. Hench is sort of just giving you a thumbs up in the background like that. All right. Does anybody else want to do anything at all?
I feel like Nathan would kind of try and treat Hench as almost like he was a runner, as in. Well, I reckon Nathan is probably like look around his self and remembers that he always keeps himself a nice little like a tracker bar in his inside pocket to keep his energy levels up when he's acting. So he can always squirrels it away. So when he take a little nibble.
A snack pocket.
Oh yeah, he doesn't. It's his inside left every single time.
Inside left, secret snack pocket.
Secret snack pocket. I reckon he'll try and nibble some of that, but without letting anybody else
All right,
know.
please make a sleight of hand check, and you can make.
Yeah, I wanna make a
You're
perception.
You're the only person that can see this. You're
Yeah.
going to make it an opposed perception check.
Okay.
So sleight of hand, which has your bonus.
Is that a D20, yeah?
D20 plus your bonus of sleight of hand. And Tom, you're going to be rolling your perception check plus any bonuses for your perception.
Perception.
It should be like
Oh,
wisdom.
that's a 19.
19 plus. What's your bonus?
Let's have a look. Where's my
Sleight of hand should be on your skills.
Sleight of hand, you got +7.
+7?
So that is a
God.
26 you have to beat.
Come on.
No, I'm not going to beat that.
All right, cool.
No.
So despite hearing like a...
I'm not sharing.
So every now and again, Tom, you're sort of lost in your thoughts about how to get out of this mess, how to get your suit back, and how on earth this play is ever going to try and make it to get to London and Hollywood. You hear this kind of in the background. You sort of look around and you think it's just the rustling leaves.
Right.
Or maybe a small animal chewing on something. And every time you look at Nathan just pulls these different faces like, oh. You have this weird moment of staring and you look around and you hear this... And you have no idea where it's coming from. Maybe little squirrels eating a nut or something.
Okay, eventually, I sigh loudly
Yeah.
and I walk out. Are we still near the coast? Are we near the sea?
You've been walking, let's say you guys walked for about 40 minutes before you got
Have we just
inland.
walked randomly
You
inland?
walk randomly, you have no idea where you're going.
Okay, well, that's my plan cooked then.
What do you want to do?
I was going to try and walk into the sea and just cook the sea and see if I
you're
could.
too far away.
Yeah.
You've walked into basically like a light forest, which is
Okay.
up a gradient hill from
Okay.
the beach. You could go back to the beach if you wanted to, but it's going to take you a good half an hour or so.
I guess I'm just
It's
eating.
dark.
I'm eating rocks, mate.
All right, so you start chewing on a rock. Okay,
Is
cool.
that something Dragonborn can do? No.
You have no idea. Nobody tested
We're about
it.
to find out.
I'm looking at them and they're looking mighty tasty right now.
So Hench, are you still trying to make this fire, Hench?
Well,
No, the fire is made.
fire is-
Oh, of course you did. You
No,
did the thing.
I'm going through my repertoire, making weird grunting noises, trying to see if there's anything else I can conjure from my mind.
Okay. So
Abracadabra.
So Dev, Mags walks back in, having had no luck. All you see is the tiny little diminutive form of Hench, just sort of like pointing at the fire in various dramatic poses. Kind of looks like really shit performance, like up dance.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like he's sort of doing
wangs, yeah.
Is it a little bit like that?
shadow
sort of-
shapes on the wall?
yeah, little shadow shapes. It's very strange. You look across to Thomas T. Thompson, who's just sort of just sitting there looking at his big paws, and every now and again looks up and looks around as if he's hearing some weird noises. And every now and again, and then of course you walk past Mr. Kleiber, who's again, you sort of seem to be chewing something, and the second you look at him, just stops and looks at you like this. What do you want to do?
Privacy, darling.
I just say to myself, I think they've all gone mad. How are we ever going to escape this place? Perhaps I need to just think of myself. And I do wonder if, well, no, I don't think my famous relative will be able to get us out of this situation since I don't have my phone.
Oh, maybe you can find a phone.
Maybe I need to find a phone or some portal or some way out of here.
Cool.
Just checking that your famous relative isn't actually Margaret Thatcher.
No, it's definitely
It's
not Margaret
not.
Thatcher. This is a
Okay.
stage name. It's a stage name.
Max doesn't even know who Margaret Thatcher is.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
It's a stage name that I picked.
This is definitely 2025, and Mags is absolutely on the wrong side.
I
of
meant like
generation.
grandparent or something.
No. This is
Okay.
not- no
all right. Thank
relation.
goodness.
As we say in the intro, no relation. Okay, without any food, with little water, without much food, little water, you all decide to bed down for the evening in whatever you can make out of the weird rags and blankets that you pinched from this shipwreck. Are you doing anything particularly, or are you just going to sort of like sit around the fire and just fall asleep? None of you are really talking to each other still.
I mean, we sort of had our talking, didn't we? At the end, we're sort of like, oh, are we going to make a plan? Maybe we should. All right, I sort of say just as before, I'm like, so what are we actually doing?
I liked the voice last time, which was even more sexy and deep.
What?
Tom, there you go.
How?
Yeah, that's it. That's what we like. That's what the people are paying for.
I got to go more buttery than this. What are we actually doing tomorrow?
Well, I'm no longer contracted under you, so I don't have to listen to anything you have to say.
We do need a leader of the group, and
I don't want to make a decision, but it really should be Mr. Khyber or Mr. Tompton. Somebody to lead our group forward. We must look for food and water, certainly, or we will die. I watched a documentary that said that.
Let me just, you watched a documentary that said that you die without food or water. You needed a documentary to explain that.
Well, yes, I did, Mr.
that
Tompton, and I'm not ashamed of it.
I'm glad that at least you understand the gravity of the situation.
At that point, a lightning bolt, quite far out, maybe so, a thunderclap actually. A thunderclap rings out. Actually, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to get our editors to do a much better SFX than that. But that's the idea. And after some time, you then see the flash of a light. Actually, it's the wrong way around. Flash of the light first, then the thunderclap afterwards. I'm going to do this bit again. All right. At that moment, you see a flash of light, a big sheet lightning in the distance that just erupts out of nowhere, followed by, maybe after 5 seconds or so, a big thunderous clap as the sound wave washes through and across the entrance to the cave. The weather turns a little bit nastier. The rain starts coming down in full force with great gusto, and you realize you are very much trapped all together, hell as other people, and you are very much locked into.
Could this day get any worse?
At that point, without any other plans or preparations?
One small one. Is there anything we can use to actually get out some of this water out so we can at least have something to drink so we don't end up...
Good point. You can try and see if you can fashion something. Or...
Okay, do we have any relatively clean clothing anywhere? Because you can soak that and then wring the water out of it.
Mr. Khyber's hat
You what?
Would be a great vessel for collecting water.
It would if he would lend it to you.
Mr. Khyber, I know you love that hat and the feather that was given to you by
Ian Home.
Sir
Ian Home.
Thank you.
But Mr. Khyber, think of the group. We are dying of thirst, and we have a dragon that will die of thirst if he is not given proper hydration.
It's got very sharp teeth as well, just want to say.
It's currently crunching a rock.
Mr. Khyber, please let us
winning.
use your hat to collect the upcoming rainwater. This is what I did to survive 2 days in the woods during my method acting class. And it worked a treat. Please, Mr. Khyber.
Well, considering that you are so kindly, and it is the act of a leader to designate my hat to you, I shall say yes to your request, as long as you all recognize my authority within this group.
Of course, Mr. Khyber, you are the natural leader of this group as far as I'm concerned.
I like the way you said natural leader. Yeah.
So are you requesting to the request and giving your hat over to act as a water container?
I will do, but I first off, Nathan takes the feather out. Because that is a special part.
Yeah, the feather's actually like it's like a stiletto needle as well. It acts as a little blade. Do you remember from last time?
Oh, yeah.
It's like a little dagger. All right, you take that out and you hand it over to, I guess, Hench or to Dev, who's doing the...
Hang on, what?
collecting.
Ian Home gave a feather dagger.
Yeah. He's never shut last time.
We did bar fights.
What you didn't know is that Ian Home used to rumble.
He's a feisty guy.
How do you think he became a sir?
Yeah, he used to rumble with royalty. So he used to knife fights and everything. Not really, folks. Please don't sue us. Okay. So, this is satire. All right. So who's going to make the survival check? Dev or Hench?
I think it should be me.
Should be Mags.
Yes.
All right. So you take the hat out, sort of work out a position, roll your survival plus any bonuses. It's a 9.
Oh, that's
+3?
That will do it. I'll give you a DC of 10. So yeah,
Okay.
that's cool. So yeah, it's pretty straightforward. You find a good position. It's actually what you're doing is using the rock itself, and that's in the entranceway to the cave, which drips down quite a lot of water straight onto where the hat's going to sit. Kind of like a leaky roof kind of thing, you know? So you do that. Okay, cool. It does fill up. You manage to get the other water. It's actually filling up pretty quickly because the rain is coming down quite heavily now. And you manage to fill up everybody's water skin with fresh water and hand it out to everybody. Whether they thank you or not is entirely up to them, obviously. But you decide to take it upon yourself to do that, which is very cool. Seemed very leader-like.
well done, Mags. You see, this was part of chapter 4 in my book.
Oh, I read it, Mr. Khyber. I read it.
All about hydration.
Yes.
In fact, it's called Hydrate. What's the title of that chapter 4?
Hydrate or lubricate.
Hydrate or lubricate. Yeah. Hydrate or lubricate. I gotta read this fucking book, dude.
Oh my God.
That's the only two choices. You either hydrate or you lubricate.
Excellent
Nothing in
work.
between.
Very good. On that note, you decide to all bed down for the evening. Can your dreams, it's a fitful sleep at best. You all find it very uncomfortable, very difficult. Some of you have better luck than others making yourself. Weirdly, actually, Tom, your character, because of the scales and everything, you actually can be quite comfy, weirdly, because your scales on rock.
Yeah.
So you sort of manage to find a place where you pretty much fall asleep pretty quickly. Mags, you sort of tuck in a bit closer where you were before, a bit closer to the fire. You do feel the cold more than you used to.
I actually go to the rocks at the back of the cave that you so beautifully rendered
thank you.
find a sort of niche there.
Okay, you find out basically you know,
Like a bit, like you know, almost like a dragon in there,
Yeah.
like
curled around,
yeah.
just like a hoard.
Yeah,
So
like
you basically go to sleep on your hoard of rocks. Okay.
Yeah.
A low rent bargain basement dragon.
And I think this would be a nightmare for Kaiba.
Yeah.
Because he's used to his special ergonomic neck pillows and his
Make a constitution
comfy
test to see if you can actually fall asleep.
Okay.
Mags, you're curled up like a pussycat next to the fire, all nice and warm.
Right. Oh, sorry, that's 100.
Yeah.
My bad, wrong dice. 5.
oh dear.
All right. I'm going to say that no matter what, you are just having the worst night. There is no pillow. This is not a Premier Inn nice bed that you're used to on your many, many different projects that you demand. You don't have your little stuffed toy that usually helps you get to sleep. Binky's
No,
back in the...
Mr. Matters.
Mr. Matters is back in the B&B. Your socks are a little wet, and you're wearing your hat's now wet, so you can't even use that as a pillow. You're pretty fucking pissed off, and you start tossing and turning all night. Hench, what about Hench? Is Hench?
Hench is sitting down cross-legged, meditating, thinking about the magic that he used beforehand, and thinking about the only thing that he knows about magic. Being a sci-fi nut, he loves Star Wars.
Yeah.
So he sits cross-legged, empties his mind, points at a rock, and to his surprise, the rock lifts up, moves across, and sits on the other. Because he's just used the cantrip Mage Hand.
Okay.
And
so
now
Mage-
he thinks he's a Jedi.
So Mage Hand works a little differently from that. So what you're actually doing is projecting your hand. So you actually, when you do that, you see a little tiny projection of your hand. Turns around and gives you a little wave. You sort of wave back. And then you actually manipulate that to pick up the rock. So you can actually see it's like a glowing, ghostly image of your own hand. You can make it look however you want, by the way.
Yeah.
But essentially, that's what happens. You do that, and it's for the briefest of seconds. It doesn't last very long. It just lifts up the rock, and the rock falls down as the whole thing dissipates, much to your surprise. You do look around, not a single person saw you do that, even though it's pretty cool. But yeah, it's very interesting and perplexing.
This is really, really cool.
Okay.
I can do cool things.
You say, muttering under your breath.
Yep.
Trying to sleep.
Yeah, you hear your guy off on the other side. Shut up!
Hate sharing rooms with fellow actors.
It's worse. You're sharing a room with
With the tech. With the crew. With the crew.
I am absolutely slumming it.
How can things get any worse? All right, at that point...
Cries himself to sleep.
Well, actually, interestingly, you just can't get to sleep. So what actually happens, the rest of you drift off into your different dreams and sleep, whatever happens, this is your business. Even Hench manages to fall asleep through your meditation, just sort of collapse on your back with your legs in the air, much like a little bug. Nathan, can you please make a perception test?
Yes.
I'm going to give you advantage on this, because you're tossing and turning like crazy.
That's a 4 plus 1.
Roll it again for advantage.
7.
Plus 1. Okay. All right. This may go rather badly for everybody. Okay, cool. So, tossing and turning still, you're still sort of very much wrapped up in yourself. And you do not hear something as, let's just find out what's about to happen.
Oh, wow.
I'm going to roll a 1d4 because I think that's fair as opposed to choosing somebody at random. Although that would be awesome as well. Okay, so Nathan, you're actually tossing and turning. You sort of lie back on your back going, sharing with the crew. Has it come to this? And you suddenly see it right above you, a stalactite. And which is no big surprise. There's stalactites all over this cave entrance and into the cave interior. And then you sort of stare at it, trying to like work out how the hell you're going to get to sleep. So tossing and turning, you find no peace or respite on your lack of premium in bed. With one more, your head sort of swings up, your eyeballs go wide as you contemplate massacring everybody and maybe using their corpses as pillows. You don't do that. I'm just saying that it's an option. As you look up, you sort of stare in sort of like one of those 1,000-yard stares, pretty much just staring at the ceiling, just willing yourself to just fall asleep, damn it. And you notice that the stalactites, of which there are many, sort of glisten with some of the afterdew of the moisture in the air from the rainstorm. And then you notice something funny over your head. One of the stalactites seems to be shuffling, which is the only word you can describe it, and moving. Kind of, you think? It could be a trick of the light. The firelight, of course, is casting flickering shadows across the ceiling. What do you want to do?
Well, first off, I think his first thoughts is, I must be delirious because it looks like they're moving. And then I think Nathan will probably realize that we're not alone. And so I think first thing to do, as self-appointed leader, it would be to wake everybody up.
As you think that, because you failed your role,
oh, yeah, of course.
You start overthinking what you should do as leader. And then you start fantasizing about, I'm the leader. I'm the leader.
Speaking of being a leader, I probably need better clothes.
And because of that, the stalagmite suddenly drops from the ceiling straight pretty much on top of you. And unfortunately, you're so lost in your thoughts that you don't quite get out of the way. Please, can you make a dexterity saving throw? The DC is 11. And this object, this stalactite, appears to be falling straight on top of you.
Okay. And I need to roll a D12.
You need to roll
20.
a D20 plus any bonuses for dexterity you have. And then if you roll, what's your bonus actually?
5.
5, Jesus. If you roll 6 or higher, you're fine.
Oh, for saving throws.
It's a saving throw.
Yeah,
What's your
5.
saving throw? 5, yeah.
Yeah.
So 6 or higher, you should be able to get out of the way.
6.
Oh my God, really?
The skin of your teeth.
So the skin of your teeth, you start going, I need some better clothes. And this thing starts falling towards you and you're like, "Huh," and then you just roll out the way rather masterfully. And it's a shame there's not a camera on that moment.
It's a combat roll.
It's a combat roll.
Yeah.
You sort of half combat roll your way out. In actual fact, you think it's a combat roll. Anybody observing would just see you sort of like trying to shift your tummy out.
It's from his physical theatre days.
From his physical theatre days, you're clowning.
Yeah.
You managed to roll out the way and landing straight into the ground and then immediately righting itself with these little legs that sort of pop out of its rock. It's a stalactite, except now it's got a face and some teeth and a big bulging central amber eye that just stares at you, kind of like a cat's eye, like one of those like thin black slits in it. And it looks very much like this, which is something I'll try and upload to the Patreon if we can. I'm not sure if we're allowed to. It looks like that.
Oh, shit.
And the stalactite appears to be alive. Please, can you roll for initiative?
Okay.
I'm going to say everybody else is still pretty much passed out. In fact, actually, if everybody wants to make a perception test to see if you're woken up by the calamity.
I'm snoring loudly, I think.
You're going to be at disadvantage then if you're snoring loudly.
Whoa, that was a very good dragonkin snore.
Thank you. That was my many years of voice work. That's
What was this for?
initiative. So your roll plus your initiative. And there's a DC. It's a DC check.
Oh, it might be on the first. Oh, yes, it's here. So mine is a 5.
There are 5s. That's a fail. You're quite.
Where is the niche?
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm just...
Yours at disadvantage.
I've got a +2 there.
Is it, treat it like a test. So it's dexterity plus whatever bonus you have.
Oh, wait, hold on.
Go to the
It's
front.
perception.
Go to the-
So
go to
your
the-
perception
like-
bonus.
Oh, it's perception.
Oh, that
It should
one.
be here on your.
This bit.
It should be
we'll
on your
edit
main
these
page.
Main page.
I roll a 10
You know, like the
plus...
actual.
Yeah.
that's
I
it.
get a
So
+3 on
initiative.
perception.
Okay,
Plus
that's cool.
3. Yeah, Mr. Kaiba has some really good stats.
Yeah,
Because
rogues
I'm
are
a really good
overpowered.
actor.
Why do you think I like playing Astarion so much?
Neil says with a glint in his eye.
Rogues are overpowered, darling. All right, so what do you
I'm
roll?
going to do my roll.
Yeah.
It's a 16
16.
plus 3.
So in fact, you actually don't need to make a roll because you've already made your roll, so you're fine.
15 in total. with the
Okay, so
bonuses.
all of you apart from Mags. In fact, the snoring you hear isn't actually coming from you.
Plot twist.
It's coming from Mags. So Mags is like, can you give us a snore, Dev? So you still hear that. It's just like comes up from the outside part of the cave entrance. Tom, you're furthest away, so you do still hear this. You sort of wake up and you see in the flickering light, Nathan is standing there, sort of squaring off Marquis of Queensberry rules style with a stalactite that's upright and now has little legs coming out and a massive gaping mouth, which is snapping at Nathan as we talk. Hence, you're pretty close to, you're kind of opposite to where Mr. Kyber is, and you sort of wake up and also see the same thing. Can you two, all three of you, you rolled initiative, that was an initiative roll. So what was the initiative?
19 in total.
19 total. Can you two please make initiative tests, because we're now in combat situation.
Your initiative was 19.
What can I say?
Rolled 14.
I was already awake, to be fair.
Mr. Kyber.
I get a 17 in total.
17. So it's going to be Nathaniel, and then it's going to be Hench. Where are you? So you're there, and then there's going to be Hench. I got a roll for my little dude as well. Ooh, really? Oh, that's interesting. That's very interesting. That's incredibly interesting. I'm actually going first. Fuck you guys.
I got 12.
You got a 12, and you are currently asleep. So
Great.
You're not in combat technically right now. Alrighty. So I go first. This thing is called a piercer. It is a medium aberration, and it's currently its alignment is unaligned. It doesn't have a political party of choice. It's pretty neutral. It votes for independence a lot. Unfortunately, doesn't get anywhere. So it's going to take a bite attack, which is a melee roll +3. What is your AC, please?
AC.
Look at this, playing Dungeons and Dragons.
That's armor class.
Armor class.
Your armor class.
On your main page.
It's in a main page and a big shield.
Main page.
Can I get a pat on the back again for that, please?
13.
Neil, and a verbal acknowledgement of how far I've come.
I'm now going to reach across and pat Dev on the shoulder with a hearty, supportive pat and remark.
Why?
Because you understood what the rules were.
No, that's not right.
Admittedly, I wasn't listening to half of what you said. I just so here we go.
Okay, you pat, I'll speak.
Well done, Dev.
I said I'll speak.
Oh, you speak. Okay, do it again.
This is me speaking as Neil.
Okay.
Dev, you've come so far. Remember the first times we played D&D and you didn't even know what things were?
I'm still patting.
Now you're helping your fellow players with their sheets.
Yes, this is what I meant.
And the rules.
Okay, still patting.
Thank you, Neil.
You're welcome,
I really
Dev.
appreciate
You're
that.
welcome.
How long
You're
is this
welcome.
pat?
My arm's tired.
Like the forced compliment.
Okay. So what is your AC, your armor class?
13.
13. So I have to get a 10 or above to hit you. That is a 16 plus 3. That is 19. That's going to hit you for 1d8 plus 1 amount of damage.
1d8?
Unless there's anything else you want to do with that. Yeah, this thing is not to be fucked around with. That is going to be, that is 4 points of damage.
4 points of damage.
Yep.
Okay,
So,
damage.
you might want to make a note of that. It comes out and it just sort of like goes, "Arr!" and it just bites onto your calf and into your thigh a little bit with its massive maw. You manage to sort of shake it off, but it takes a little bit of chunk of flesh.
Can he dodge or anything? or block?
He can dodge. Dodge is an action, which will, I believe, half your damage. Actually, I can't remember.
I'm just letting Inel know because Inel's new to this.
That's true, actually, yeah.
Inel,
you might be able to do a dodge
There
or
are
action.
things that you can possibly do to react against
But
this.
dodge, I believe, is an action you take on your turn you elect, which means the rest of the turn you can dodge any blows that come to you. I don't think you can do it as a reaction.
Oh, okay.
No,
all right.
So yeah, my reactions are actually opportunity attack is the only one.
Yeah, you don't. That dodge is not a reaction.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
I'm just.
No, it's cool. No, it's worth saying.
It's also just worth letting Inel know that there are possible things.
Absolutely.
You don't just have to take damage.
Yes,
sometimes
this is
you
true.
can block and do things.
I'm pretty sure that. That's not a reaction. Whereas reactions are quite specific.
Okay.
But double check that for me, please, Clym.
I'm working on it.
Okay, so that's its go. It goes to the bottom of the queue. Every round you can.
I was going to say, can I
Yes, you
roll
can.
to see if I wake up?
Yeah, you can do that after these guys have their go because you're at the bottom
Yeah,
of the order.
yes, yes.
essentially.
Okay, so after they've had their turn,
can
I
do
can
it and
do
then wake up.
what kind of roll is that?
It'll be, I'd say perception roll.
Perception,
But then you'll
okay.
get bonuses because the noise will get louder. So I'll give you advantage on your perception
Okay,
roll.
cool.
Okay. Next up in the is now Nathan. Yeah, that's your go.
Well, since this thing is taking bites out of me, can I shove it out the way? An
Yep.
unarmed strike,
Yeah, so shove is different to an arm strike. Shove is a shove. An arm strike is like a punch or a kick or something like that.
Okay.
So that'll actually do damage. You've also got weapons on you, don't forget. Weapons nearby.
Yeah,
You've got those little bone daggers. You've got your stiletto.
My bone daddy, yeah.
You got your bone daddy, and you can have a little stab at it if you wish to. Although it is made of rock.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
That's why I didn't think I want to use any swords or stuff. Since
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Well, it looks like it's made of rock. It may not actually be made of rock. It might
I
be
would
fleshy.
love to push it more towards the fire-breathing one. That
Or
makes
into
more
the
sense
fire.
to me. Or into the fire.
I like that Nathaniel's instinct is just to push the monster towards the other members of the party. The other members of the party.
Looks like it's made of breakfast to me.
Makes sense. That makes sense.
So why don't we try that? So why don't you give me a strength roll for a shove, and you can shove it into the fire, or you can shove it at Tom's character. At Tom.
Okay.
Tom.
It's a 50.
That's going to do it. Yep. Okay.
-1.
14. No, I'm going to say that's going to do it. I'm going to give it a little... Yeah, easily done it. It failed its
Yeah,
strength
can
roll.
I push this into the flames, since the flames are bigger and
Sure.
he hasn't started a fire?
I'm going to say it's actually very fleshy. As you push it, you realize it's not made of rock at all. It's actually flesh that's camouflaged to look like rock. So it's going to burn quite nicely.
Nice.
I'm going to say you can do a D8 plus, let's say, +1 of damage, fire damage to this thing, as it's just made of a fleshy mass.
Okay, D8 +1 fire damage. Here we go. That's an 8.
Whoa!
And a
Okay,
9.
very good, very good.
9 bits of damage. Take that.
All right, so you push it in, it starts going and screaming as it like bursts through the fire, which then roars into life a little bit. The smell of charred flesh, which kind of smells like a hamburger, actually.
Excellent.
It's making me even more hungry.
And you get hangry, sir. So you've done it looks pretty beaten up already. So you've done a fair amount of damage to it, which is good.
But it's still alive.
It's still alive, though.
Okay.
It's still very much alive, but it is now pretty pissed off. Okay, that is your go. Up next is Hench.
Well done. Well done.
Well
are you telling us how many hit points the creature has left, or are you?
No, I'm not going to tell you specifically, but I'll give you a general idea of it being bloodied or it's not looking good or blah, blah, blah. I just think it gets really boring if you start getting that crunchy with how many hit points it's got.
cool.
Breaks the immersion.
Just a clarification.
Yeah.
Since I haven't been to sleep, I don't get any nap bonuses or anything,
Nope.
right? Okay.
No, well, at the moment you don't, but admittedly, it's only been like an hour or so of everybody
okay.
sleeping, so nobody's got any bonuses yet.
Okay.
Next in the order is Hench. You've just woken up and seen this kind of weird, fleshy, stalagmite monster attack Nathan. He's now been pushed into the fire, not Nathan, the monster. What are you going to do, sir?
I kind of wish it was. If only it was the other way around.
So you say muttering under your breath.
What the hell is that? All right. Pick up my staff. Hench to the rescue!
I'm
going to bat it.
Because this has worked out so well for you in the past.
Yep.
All right, so do the attack roll. What is your bonus with that attack?
Bonus to attack.
What's your actual stat for using a big pole? Which is bigger
I
than
don't think
taller
I
than you are.
really have one, because being a magic user, I don't really get much bonus at all.
This was a bad idea then, wasn't it? All right, so it's...
My other spells are area of effect. I'll literally pepper everybody.
Well, it's a risk I'm willing for you to take.
yeah, I know
So
you
it's-
are. What's wrong with these guys?
You being salty is my favourite thing. Salty and slightly sarcastic.
So it's a strength test to attack, your attack roll, without any
okay.
bonuses, so good luck with that.
Okay. That's a 13
Plus nothing, right?
plus a...
Or is
it
it
might
minus?
even be minus
I think it's
one. Might even
minus.
be minus one.
Minus, right?
1 second.
I'm going to tell you right now, this is not going to hit, so don't worry.
Well, I'll put the phone
So
down.
Hench to the rescue, you run through and you just swipe and you just hit the deck and you roll and you stand up again
Yeah.
and you've completely missed this thing.
Yep.
And actually the end of your pole is ever so slightly burnt and on maybe possibly smoking, as well as it swishes through the fire and sprays up ash and everywhere. Okay, Thomas T. Thompson, fuck you. Thomas T. Thompson, it is now your go, Triple T.
So have I've woken up and also seen this from
Yes,
my...
you have. Yeah. But you're quite far back. I'm going to say that you can probably not get into combat. You'll have to dash to get into combat, I would say. You're quite far back in the
I'm not even dashing. I'm just...
ambling, strolling.
I suppose I just sort of pick up an axe and I kind of just walk towards this thing, like just watching, just while I'm watching
Whatever his name is.
take a hit and a miss. I'm just going to
All right.
stride over there.
Start like boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
Very much like Godzilla wading through water, just like casually wading towards chaos.
Yeah.
Okay. It's going to take you another round of that speed of strolling to get into combat. As you're not dashing.
That's fine.
The rest of us are under attack.
Okay.
Our lives here.
Dev, you can try and break out of your snoring. You're actually having a wonderful dream where you're accepting an award.
Oh, yes.
And people are just sort of saying how amazing you are.
The best kind of dream.
The best kind of dream. But I'm going to give you advantage because there's a lot of noise and screaming going on. So it's roll your D20 twice. It's going to be a perception test. And it's going to be twice.
Oh, 19.
That's going to do it easily.
Yeah.
Okay, you sort of go, no, thank you. And you wake up.
Thank you, Mr. Kuiper. It was all because of you.
You wake up screaming that out loud. And you see in front of you Mr. Kuiper, who's now bleeding profusely from a leg, swiping at this fucking fleshy mound thing that's now on fire in the middle. There's some sort of weird kind of triangle with legs that's in with a massive teethy maw and a big amber eye that's staring at rage and screaming as it's being burnt.
And I say, I must have woken up in the middle of a movie set. My Hollywood dream is really coming true.
And then reality crashes into you again. You realise that's Nathaniel Kuiper, and you are absolutely not in Hollywood. You can do something. I'm going to allow you to take an action straight away.
How close am I to the monster?
You're pretty close. You can probably like rush in. I would say your movement's enough to be able to rush into combat if you wish to.
Can I use my... Do you know what? I'm going to use my poison spray.
Alrighty.
Why not?
Okay, why not?
I can't really remember how I did this last time.
You sort of hucked up a hairball. Oh, no. You didn't use acting technique.
Yeah.
You used animal work.
Yes,
work, it
or
was
was it the blink and breathe technique?
To the back
It might have been
row.
blinking and breathing, but I'm pretty sure it was animal technique on this one.
Blinking and breathing is always involved.
It was was it a cat or was it like a snake or something like that? It was
Might
something like
be.
that. You can choose whichever one. Maybe a snake. Like
either way.
You can become a snake in your animal
Yes,
work.
and I just sort of...
As this is an audio medium, Dev is now like protruding, using her tongue like a probus. What is it called? Probus things? I can't remember what it's called now. Proboscis, thank you. Like a little proboscis
She's
antennae. like
using her
sticking
tongue
out
for
everything.
something.
Okay.
Either way.
So you can make an attack roll with your
Okay.
flashy sword if you wish.
Okay, with my...
Your singing sexy sword. You get +1 to your attack roll.
Well,
which
no,
is...
wait, my poison spray, is that not
you're
coming
doing
out?
poison spray. Sorry. Can you read out poison spray on your catch? If you click
Yes.
it should tell you how that works.
Toxic mist at a creature within range. Make a ranged spell attack against a target. On a hit, the target takes 1d12 poison damage.
Cool. Is it some sort of cone?
Yeah, how accurate is this?
You worry about yourself. You worry about
I am. You're just about to spit in my direction.
Because he's close.
Does it have a shape to it, like a canonical shape?
I'd like it to have a conical shape. Why not?
It might just be like a big phlegm ball that comes straight out. So it may just be a thing. If it says conical
It will
shape,
say, Dev. It will
What did it say?
it'll say if it has some sort of shape to it. And if it doesn't, it's
Does
just
not.
okay. So it's just going to be like a big phlegm,
like a spit.
loogie.
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
You're just going to like hock out.
Okay.
So that's good. That's good for Nathan.
Is it?
So it's going to be you're rolling your. I can't remember how to do this. Does it say what you have to roll under?
As a ranged attack, it might be dexterity.
Might be dexterity as a ranged
It
attack.
feels like it's going to have a stench to it.
Make a ranged spell attack.
Ranged spell attack. So it's dexterity plus any dexterity bonuses.
Okay.
So roll a d20. You're going to try and get over its AC, which is 15.
Ooh.
It's got pretty tough. And
See my
15.
dexterity.
So it's your d20 plus
You
any
hit it
bonus.
first time, isn't it?
My dexterity is +1.
Okay, so that's d20 plus 1. And trying to get 14 or higher.
Come on. 14!
Melty stalactites, melty,
All right, Max Thatcher. So you're going to roll a d12, I believe you said, for the damage that you're going to do.
Sure.
This thing is not immune or resistant to poison.
D12.
D12 is going to be this one.
That one. Okay. Come on. It's a 10.
Wow.
Hey.
All right. So
You're all welcome.
talk
There
us
goes
through,
breakfast.
Talk us through what happens to this thing.
Okay, I do my and the poison spray. It's like you know what? I'm going to use something from earlier. A gelatinous. What was it? Gelatinous bulb?
Blob.
Cube.
Cube,
Well,
yeah.
I know it's not cube shaped, but it's like a gelatinous kind of ball that kind of
Wow.
just spat at myself. Comes off the end of my tongue and with precision lands on top of this whatever monster we're fighting.
Called a piercer, but you don't know.
That's it. That's the one.
Yeah.
A piercer. Square on. It explodes.
Wow.
All over me.
Wow.
And it just goes as it's being burned by this poisonous spray.
Oh, it's basically got red eye. It's got pink eye. It's got pink eye.
Well, I wasn't going to go there, Neil, but I was going to say it was just burning like a chemical.
It's not been washing its hands properly. It's got pink eye. All right, so it's basically, it's very severely damaged. It's still alive somehow.
Wow, okay.
But it is not doing well at all. It's sort of lolling and wristing and its tongue is like lolling out of its mouth in not a healthy way. You've really kicked its ass on that one. But it's still up, but only barely. So it's heavily bloodied, very, very close to death.
Well done.
Well done indeed.
Yeah.
Next up, therefore, is actually its go.
Could have been dangerous for all of us.
So it's now sort of squaring off to the two of you. It is going to attack one of you randomly. I'm going to roll.
To me and I know.
It's going to go for you because she just sprayed it in the face with poison.
I'm feeling confident.
That is an 18 plus 3, so that is a 21. That's a hit.
What?
Is there anything that ever has a reaction to try and get out of the way?
Yes, I will use a dodge.
It's not a reaction, that's an action.
I will use a
You have nothing, that's fine.
No, tell me a reaction. I've never used reactions.
So reactions...
Counterspell.
So very specifically, reactions are things like opportunity attack, but sometimes you also get other additional skills that you can play as a reaction to being hit. For instance, Hellish Rebuke, if you're a warlock, for instance.
Okay. Where does it say that?
You don't. If you
click on reaction, so on the little box that says actions, right?
Yes.
There should be a little sub box under it that says reaction. If you click on that, it'll tell you.
I have actions in combat, and then unarmed strike. Bonus actions. Oh, reactions.
Yeah.
Opportunity attack.
No, that's only if it's moving away from you.
God's sake.
That's fine. That's okay. You got nothing.
Okay. You really want me to have nothing? You know what? You do you. You're really desperate for me to have absolutely nothing.
I'm not desperate. I'm just saying that's the reality.
Don't you worry about it.
All right. So I'm going to roll for damage. That is going to be 3 points of damage.
Yeah.
It's piercing damage.
No big deal.
So it sort of like lashes its like now sickening tongue and just sort of slaps you across the face and the chest. Wow. Like,
with its tongue.
With its tongue.
Lovely.
Like that. Wow.
Lovely.
And just sort of pierces you a little bit. Well, it doesn't really
One
pierce
of
you.
those kinds of fights. Okay.
I'm going to take artistic license on that one.
I should point out that mainly we got nothing because we are babies.
You're
right now, we are
level
babies.
1.
Yeah.
We'll get more things later on, but right now,
survive.
You guys may be babies, but I'm doing pretty well.
All right, cool. Nathaniel Kyber, Mr. Kyber, it is now your go, sir.
Do you know what? It's one of those things where either I want to try and heal my wounds in some sort of way or continue to attack this beast. But this beast has now been covered with this, gelatinous.
Yeah. Umska.
So I don't really want to touch it.
No, but you've got pointy things to stab at it, haven't you not?
I do. I have my bone dagger that I call Bone Daddy.
Yeah, I'm going to say, actually, I'm going to throw you a bone on this one. It is surrounded by at least 3 of you, and it's being bludgeoned. It's come out of the fire, but it's not doing well. I'm going to give you the ability to make a sneak attack on it, because it's distracted by Dev's character, by Max, and the poison, and its eye's got pink eye now, and it's all not doing so well. I'm going to give you a possibility of doing sneak attack.
Yes, please. I have that as one of my skills.
Can you read out what sneak attack does?
Sneak attack. You know how to sneak subtly and exploit a foe's distraction. Once per turn, you can deal an extra 1d6 damage to one creature you hit with an attack roll if you have advantage on the roll and the attack uses a finesse or ranged weapon.
Yep. So you've got a dagger, which does allow you to do a finesse attack,
nice.
I believe. So you can come in, do an attack roll, and I think you get advantage on that as well.
Nice.
And then you get an extra d6 of damage.
Nice.
Whatever you roll. So roll your attack roll twice and take the highest one.
So that's the 6, right?
No, d20 first.
D20, sorry. Here we go. That is a 2.
Okay, that's not going to cut it. Then do it again.
Okay. That is a 16.
Plus any attack roll bonus you have with a dagger. It should say just dagger on your equipment.
2 6. I will get there. A dagger.
This is going to hit anyway, I would say. But just for future reference, you should have an attack bonus with each weapon that you use, which changes depending on the
1d4 plus 3.
That's the damage, I think.
Okay.
So that's okay. So you make a hit. So it's roll 1d4 plus 3 plus a d6 on top of that as well to try and finish this fucker off.
All right.
I've just had
This is a d4.
What about if the Pierce just
That's a
wanted
4.
to say hi.
We're never going to find out. This thing's going to kill her. All right, that's 7, plus an
7.
extra D6 just for shits and giggles.
There we go. Plus D6. 1.
Okay, so that's 8 points of damage you do. Tell me how you dispatch this thing as you speak out loud. Maybe you just wanted to talk.
He just wanted to say hi.
Just
We've
wanted to
killed
cuddle.
him.
It's a cold night after all. How are you going to kill this thing?
Well, he's feeling quite elated after he pushed his thing into the fire and it's erupted in flames.
Yeah, he did really well.
And then Mags has I don't know what she done. But she did something to it. So now it's like, he tries to say something heroic, like, it's time to put an end to this.
Nice.
And takes out his bone dagger that he found called Bone Daddy. And then it's time to meet Daddy.
You just stab it straight in the eyeball.
And then twists it as he does it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Its eyeball explodes pretty much all over you, just splashing you with it doesn't do any damage to it.
Good.
And it just sort of goes, and then just falls back, and smashes on the ground, its little legs twitching in the air. Looking weirdly cute as it dies. And it just sort of lies there, and it just rolls a little bit and rolls back into the fire. And again, that nice smell of hamburgers cooking sort of permeates the
I want
cave.
delicious and dungeon this thing. Absolutely.
You're going to delicious
I think we
and
should eat
dungeon.
it.
That's breakfast, that is.
As I say, Mr. Khyber, your stage combat training. I see it all now. Chapter 13 of Up the Khyber.
Actually, it was chapter 13 and 14.
As you say that, Thomas T. Thompson ambles up to the scene. Yep.
No, I carry on. Okay, so I carry on. I have both my axes in my hands, and I stop and look at this kind of destroyed thing, and I then look at the others, and I just say, "This place is dangerous. I know because I've written about places like this all my life." And then I carry on walking out
You're going to go into riposte into the moonlight with rain on you? Like some fucking awesome cinematic moment at the end of a movie or
I think
something?
you'll find out.
Amazing. Exactly. So you see Thomas T. Thompson sort of wanders out and just stands there for a moment. Then he just shifts a few feet to his left, looks up, checks where the moon position is coming through the rain clouds, shifts a little bit to his right, and then he adopts the pose and just stands there and lets the rain just wash all over his
But then
body.
also I get a bit cold, so I get
Well done. Okay, that is that combat over. You are successful at defeating whatever the fuck this god-awful thing was. What do you want to do before we wrap this up? Okay, what do you want to do, guys? You got the smoking hamburger-like stalactite just burning away quite happily in the fire. Well, it's starting to put the fire out a little bit, so you're going to have to do something with it. What do you want to do?
Are you going to delicious and dungeon it? I like that idea.
Yeah, barbecue it.
Now, Mage Hand doesn't take any damage, I don't think.
It's immune to fire, so yeah, you
So
can
I
definitely
can use that to try and pull it out.
Yep.
So I'm just going to use the Force, Luke, and pull it out of the...
Although I
of
feel
the
your
fire.
character doesn't talk as deeply as that. It's more like, use the Force, Luke.
Use the Force, Luke.
I'm going to demand more character voices. From
Okay.
Wow. A bit
Lackadaisical.
Oh, Jesus.
From the man who can't
Here's the
speak.
thing. I'm going to be honest. My voice is still not recovered from my illness. So, but thank you
Try
for the
harder.
correction.
Yes,
Try
okay, I
harder.
get that,
Yes,
I get
try
that.
harder. So yes, so you're going to use that, and it's going to start slowly turning this piece of meat over.
Yeah.
Much like a skewer, I guess. Cool. Okay, so now you have the ability to eat. Well done. You've conquered 2 of the fundamental properties of human civilization, making fire and eating. Well done indeed. So you get given, Hench sort of chops this thing up after it's been burning for some time. And you don't have no plates, so Hench goes and grabs some pieces of bark from local trees or rocks and things like that, and slaps down what you can only describe as mystery meat in front of you all for you to have a little nibble on. You do have some water, which very kindly Mags filled up as well. So things, I guess, in the most tenuous way possible, are starting to look up, with a high inflection at the end of the question. Anything else that you want to do this evening before you try to go back to sleep again?
I'm going to come back in sort of a bit awkwardly, but trying to look like I meant to do it on purpose, right? And I said it earlier, and I'm going to say it again. We need a plan for tomorrow. I suggest we
head to a high point and look for civilization.
Well, they've got boats, haven't they? So there's got to be something vaguely human or human-esque. And the skeletons are kind of human. We fought on a beach, so there's got to be people around there.
Sort of.
They were zombies. Bench, they were zombies. We need to find civilization.
Is there anything else you're going to do before you turn? Again, all of you sort of stare at each other. Again, the realization you are very far from home. And this fantastical creature is just yet another reminder of how alien this world is and how strange your situation is.
I've got a question.
Yep.
Is this alien that we're munching on delicious?
Yes, it is. Should we roll for deliciousness?
Yes, roll for deliciousness.
I'm going to roll for you.
Yes, please.
I'm going to roll for you.
I need to know if this is good or not. Before we make plans about going to see what we're going to do in the morning,
is the
food good? We got to know.
So as these three are talking amongst themselves, you sit down and say, sod this, I'm hungry. And you pick up this massive piece of burnt meat and you put your lips smacking, drool coming out of you in various different places that drool shouldn't come out of. You manage to open your mouth and take your first tenuous bite of this meat, and it is not good. It tastes like socks or something pretty bad.
But it smells so good.
It smells like hamburgers and tastes like socks.
Nice.
Now, here's the thing for you. Are you going to let everybody know how bad it tastes, or are you going to just let them enjoy it for themselves?
Oh, I'm going to let everybody else find out for themselves. That's fine.
Are you going to try and eat this thing?
I think Nathan's going to have to eat it, even though he's...
You've already had a tracker bar.
Real food.
Yeah, but you don't know that.
No, I don't know that. Dev knows that. Max
Yeah.
I think, definitely. He enjoys his food and he needs to stick to his routine.
Okay.
And he hasn't eaten and it's way past his
dinner time.
Yeah. His body's not agreeing with him. It's probably why he couldn't sleep.
Probably why you couldn't sleep. So you force yourself to eat a gargantuan amount of this meat. And
Crying while he's eating.
Crying while you're eating, but softly, but so nobody can hear, but maybe just a couple of them can hear, you know what I mean? One of those subtle cries, making sure that people can see that he's tearing up. Yeah, you go. And then eventually you eat so much of this godforsaken meat, you feel incredibly full. And actually, for the first time since you went through the portal, you feel okay. And you actually turn over and sort of into a little fetal position, curl up and fall very fast asleep. The rest of you are eating, or what are you doing? Having seen Nathaniel Khyber gorge himself on this meal.
I'm guessing, seeing as, we don't know, and seeing as he's not told us, we were all going to go in on this.
Everybody eating?
Eating
All right.
reluctantly, but eating.
Not too bad. Needs a bit of peri-peri, but it's all right.
Yeah, well, deep down, hench, you know it tastes like socks, and so do you, Max.
I know, but
For you, the food is excellent. This is amazing meat. You haven't tasted this since you ate at Chateau whatever, come up with on that stupid holiday that you won from a magazine.
yeah. Not so bad.
As you say that, you stare out as one by one your companions start falling into their own fitful, restful, and possibly quite tormented sleep. You stand there with your big draconic feet on a rock, munching on this mystery meat, staring out at the lightning, hearing the thunder, and watching a very cinematic cave entranceway, thinking to yourself, well, tomorrow's another day. And here you are, adventure's calling.
No, that's exactly what I'm thinking.
Oh, cool. That was a real shot in the dark as well.
Thank you for... But also I'm thinking, oh no, I'm still a bloody dragon. Oh no.
Oh no.
This is not going to go down well when I go to pick up my first Oscar.
Or return the suit.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm just thinking actually...
Got a lot to do on your to-do list.
Moss Bros on Monday.
Moss Bros are going to kill me.
my guts for God.
Yeah.
So on that cheery note of returning knocked off priced suits, we're going to end the episode here, folks. Thanks very much for playing, and we'll see you all next time. Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
That was a fun episode,
That was a good one. Bags. We're done now, sir. Dungeons & Dragons and Dramas is put together by a creative team of people such as Tom Ville, Clym, Dodds, Devora, Wilde, Inel, Tomlinson, Bags is our studio manager, and Marta is our editor. Thanks very much for listening.
Bro, you're forgetting Sarah Neslin. She's the one that composed the tune Champions of the Ring of Peace. Big tune, by the way. She also played it, and that's her vocals in it as well. Come on, Neil. Give her props.
So Clym, the character description of Henry Etch. Henry Etch is kind of just really sort of thin and kind of neat, a very neat person, someone who likes everything being in order. Just sort of, tries to be smartly dressed and very sort of efficient in everything he does, including the way he wants people to see him. He wants the first bite is with the eye, and he wants everyone to think that he's neat, tidy, and will get the job done.